Yeah, so I would say that I'm a Buddhist because of love. I think love is very important, and I think that's what I need more of. I think that's what everyone needs more of. I think that's what most of us are lacking, and um, and I think the Buddhist path is the best way to cultivate that, to cultivate more love. When I say love, I don't mean romantic love. I mean, and I don't mean sort of passion or attachment in that kind of way. I'm talking about the Buddhist concept of metta, warmth, compassion, empathy, all of these things. And I think that's what's really important and often missing in our lives. Love and compassion, I'd say it's really vital. It's like a life source. It's like the sunshine. It's like the sun. Love is so important and so radiant, and it's like the sun. It's everywhere. It can be everywhere, and it's accessible to everyone. But a lot of us are completely in the shade and completely sort of out of its reach. Well, being Buddhist it doesn't just affect everything I do. That's sort of at the center of everything I do. It's at the center of my life's mandala, if you like. And what's great about being a Buddhist is that for me is kind of like a compass, a sort of direction, and I know, okay, I can have all these things around it. I can have relationships, friendships, career, work, but I can judge it. I can sort of know how useful or how much I should follow it based on the Dharma and whether it fits in with my Buddhist life. Also, like, just seeing different parts of my life as different facets of a Dharma life, my work, like I'm working for a charity that does good work. I'm trying to sort of bring good Buddhist communication into that. Also in a right livelihood work where I'm working with other Buddhists, so we can like practice at the same time as working. And my friendships and places like that, I bring more depth into the emotions in those friendships and more sharing or more. There's more going on, basically. Yeah, in all of these areas, I think, as a result of my Buddhist practice, and it's all completely interrelated. Can the Dharma change the world? I really think it can change the world. I think it's got the power and the potential to make the world completely different to how it is now, and the more people that were practicing, I think the better things would be and could be. An example of when I started to see this, I think for myself, was a few years ago. I did some travelling in Southeast Asia, and before I went, I was kind of a little bit apprehensive because I'd got this idea in my head that, oh my God, there's going to be a lot of poverty, or that's going to be kind of difficult for me, because we're coming from such a rich country and we're going to sort of just be in touch with a lot of suffering in the form of poverty. But when I actually got there, it wasn't really like that at all. I mean, there was poverty and there was people suffering, and they've got their own problems there. But actually, my main observation was people are much more sorted. They're much more. People seem more content and happier and more radiant on the whole than in the West. And certainly it made things very contrasting for me when I came back to the UK, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like, we're just in such a cold world here. There's such a lack of love, and like we all live in these sterile little boxes, and everyone's really isolated. And yeah, I just realised that actually it's us that have poverty pretty badly, and what we need is, well, the Dharma, and radiance and love and wisdom. And I think that the more that we build that up, the more we're actually going to be resourced with the things we really need. This is a quote from the first section of the Dharmapada. Not by hatred, are hatreds ever pacified here. They are pacified by love. This is the eternal law.